When it comes to one of my more complicated characters and one of the trickier characters for me to write, it has to be Sergeant Kim from Green Zone Life in the Blocks. In a world where being a mutant is a crime, he's lucky that he looks human and that his genetic mutation is pretty small, so he gets privilege among the genomes. The humans give him a little more latitude. He's managed to make it to sergeant on the force, and he really believes if he works hard enough and if he just keeps his nose to the grindstone and he never makes a mistake and he always does right, he'll break that genetic glass ceiling and he'll get promoted like all the human officers above him. If I just work twice as hard and prove that I'm just as good. But he doesn't realize that humans are never going to look at him the same. And he kind of looks at the other genomes, especially the scarier looking genomes like Virgil Green. Like, you're the reason the humans hate us. You're the reason that they're out to get us. You're the reason that they think that we're all monsters. I'm not a monster. I'm just a dude that wants to do my job and keep my community safe. He truly believes that this path to citizenship is a good thing, that it's a positive thing. If everybody would just buckle down and put their nose to the grindstone, they could all get there. He's kind of oblivious to the fact that not everybody's starting from the same place. Not everybody's lucky enough to look human and to be able to pass as easily as he can. He doesn't realize that the privileges that he gets from the humans also come with limitations, because while the humans like to promote people like him so they can say, oh yeah, we promoted a genome, look, he's almost just like us. He also scares them more because he looks human. He could just walk out and nobody would know. They're more terrified of him than they are of people like Virgil that you can spot from a mile away. And so they're never going to let him make it. They're never going to let him succeed. They're never going to let him in the club, and he doesn't get that. And trying to write a character like that and not make him a total monster, not make him a total bad guy, because honestly, even the worst of us aren't 100% one thing or another. I mean, there's some pretty bad people out there, but even some of the biggest jerks that I've met in my life, some of the meanest people that have done some of the dirtiest things to people, like, they still love their kids. They still love their mom. They still are trying to do what they think is right from their perspective, even if it's skewed and wrong. And so trying to make him a character that's not 100% bad, I want to make him somebody that you kind of hate, but you kind of love, and you see why he's doing what he's doing, and you can kind of understand where he's coming from, even if he's doing it wrong. Trying to write that kind of complex character is a challenge, and that's the kind of thing I love. That's the kind of thing that I love to do. That's why I wrote this story, Green Zone. I want to be able to flex my muscles and put in these characters that are flawed. I want to give you characters that you start out loving and then you realize, you know what? That dude is kind of a jerk. But then you come around later and, you know, your heart's broken when his heart's broken. I love the complexity of characters, which is one of the things that makes Sergeant Kim one of the most challenging characters I've ever written, and one of my favorite characters I've ever written. If I can end up making him somebody that you can understand at the end and not completely hate, then I've done my job, baby. I hope you check it out. Green Zone Life in the Blocks, issues 1 through 4, live for just a little bit longer on Crankstopper. Go check it out now if you don't want to miss out. Go, Mr. Fish. I will see you there.